John.
This is O.
And this is Kaya. Welcome to the TSK Podcast, where we talk about news, games, and all the things you care about. Alright, gentlemen, can you tell me what Britney Spears' is Toxic, Metallica's Enter the Sandman, Eminem's I'm Slim Shady, and the famous Barney I Love You song have in common?
They're all influenced by the Illuminati.
They're all songs I don't care about.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Barney was a big part of our childhood, sir.
Why you gotta be so negative?
But,
I'm Nancy.
Negative Nancy. Get it. But they actually have very important uses in the real world. Did you know the U.S. military and the British use Britney Spears' Toxic to fight Somali pirates?
No fucking way.
They punched them in the face with her words.
That sounds obnoxious.
Are you sure they don't run off to the dance club?
No. Literally, these ships out on the water, and there's this naval officer, her name's Rachel Owens, reports to different sources like BBC News and CNN, that literally they just crank up Britney Spears when they see pirates causing mischief, and when the pirates hear it, they just take off. They cannot stand it. They can't comprehend Britney.
Are you sure they can't comprehend Britney, or like were they playing like, oh god, they're playing that song again?
And how do they figure this out? That was the real question. Did some guy just accidentally put Britney Spears music on the speakers while they were trying to chase pirates or something?
I have a quote by her, actually. She said her songs were chosen by the security team because they thought the pirates would hate them the most. Britney Spears, pirates. It's like
they
Pokemon.
obviously hate freedom.
Yeah.
They probably picked obnoxious songs.
Are you calling Britney Spears obnoxious? I'll stab you right now.
Whoa.
Right, where's Stan?
Come at me, bro.
Along with the other songs, Eminem's Slim Shady. Reportedly, they play it on loop for 20 days straight for prisoners that are in Kabul. So terrorists.
Like audio torture.
Yeah, 20 days straight.
Yeah.
And I Love You, the Barney song, is used in Guantanamo Bay.
That makes perfect
sense.
sense.
I can see that.
Yeah.
The real question is, why don't they use Avatar: The Last Ender by M. Night Shyamalan on loop to torture these prisoners? I guess that would be too much.
That's too cruel. That's too cruel.
That would be death.
They would just kill themselves.
They'd have to free all the prisoners after that.
That's like the step, like waterboarding and then watching M. Night Shyamalan, right above that.
There's gotta be frequencies. There's gotta be wavelengths that just like penetrate a person's brain and just like destroys their mind, messes with their sleep patterns, their thinking patterns, all the electrical signals in their brains just go la 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 la.
All I'm picturing is like the CIA having this guy that's doing terrorist studies, and picking and choosing these songs.
Well, this isn't brand new. It's not like, hey guys, I just had this new idea. Let's use Britney Spears to crush pirates. This goes back like to regular warfare. Keeping your opponents up at night, doing all these random things to make noises to throw people off. I mean, it's not new. It's ancient tactics, I think, that are just easier to do now in the modern era. That you can record sound.
Soon never imagined Britney Spears.
Yeah.
I like to imagine there's like a secret laboratory where they have like chimpanzees listening to different songs, and like the ones where they react the most are like, this is perfect.
Have you guys ever heard of a shotgun wedding?
When the to-be wife gets knocked up and the father threatens the husband with a shotgun to get married. No, that is where that term came from. I swear to God.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that from?
My farmer grandpa.
Oh, nice.
Farmer John?
Things I'm missing out by not having a farmer grandpa.
Well,
damn.
maybe it's okay that you're missing out on that, because forced marriages are actually a very common thing in places around the world. In Ethiopia, 70% of the marriages that they have there, 70% of the marriages that they have in Ethiopia are from abductions. So a guy will kidnap a girl and just beat the crap out of her until she decides to marry him.
Oh, this podcast got very dark.
Well, there is a light. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, because the reason why they brought this
Next topic, quick.
No. So you need to take this.
And I thought this was amazing. All right, in 2005, there was actually a case where this 12-year-old girl was abducted from her home, and this guy was going to force her to marry him. For like a week she was gone. They were searching for her. And then all of a sudden, they find her one day. I think this guy's name's Sergeant Wadejo. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But he ends up stumbling upon her. And she's not alone. You know what she has around her? A pack of lions.
What?
Apparently, when she was getting beaten down...
I was going to say the skulls were enemies, but that's much better. That's much better.
When she was getting beaten down by this guy, she was making like whimpering sounds. And for some reason, the lions just came out of the jungle, and they probably thought she was making like cub sounds, like a cub in trouble. And they came out, and they beat the crap out of that guy. Shredded him apart. I guess he had friends. Some of them got maimed, and he ended up running away. And they guarded her for a full day. She said she was just with the lions all day long, and they just like made a circle around her. And then when the people showed up, they just left.
That's incredible.
Faith in lions restored.
I thought that was amazing, and apparently she's doing better now, but it is a growing issue well, not a growing issue, it's just the issue in Ethiopia for women. And, you know, a little bit to be thankful for in our country. At least in a shotgun wedding, the guy and the girl might like each other. Hopefully.
For every shotgun wedding saved by lions, there are millions more.
Yeah.
Not saved by lions.
And, lions are awesome.
Yeah, no, that's probably like the coolest part of that story.
Yeah.
It's like unexpected.
It's like out of nowhere, lions come and save you.
It's like, yeah.
Imagine putting that, like if she decided to go to Harvard, she just wrote that on like her Harvard entry, you know how you do a statement? Just like, yeah, I was saved by lions from like a forced marriage in a third world country. I mean, that is an amazing story. Send her to Harvard. Somebody tell her she can go to Harvard if she writes down her story.
November 22nd, you know what that means.
Nope, I don't.
Legend of Zelda, Link Between Worlds, guys, be excited. This game's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that's right.
You know, I can't be excited about Zelda because I've never played Zelda, unless you count Super Smash Brothers, in which case I have played Zelda. A lot.
What? You're kicked off the podcast. Let's get someone new in here.
Breaking my heart.
I don't know. I just didn't play Zelda. I had a PlayStation.
So?
I was playing Casper.
Alright. You know what? Fair enough. A Link Between Worlds, it's going to be a sequel to A Link to the Past, which is really popular for Zelda fans. They play it on the Super Nintendo. It's going to bring back the whole Dark World theme, and there's going to be like a Dark Triforce, and it's going to bring back a lot of new, like, the same map, but like different items, and I don't really know how they're going to do it. Are they going to bring the Master Sword back, or are they going to go into a different time or a different dimension to get the Master Sword from the other world? They can do a lot of things. It's going to be awesome.
It's like the Twilight Zone over there.
Oh, definitely.
As long as there's two worlds, that's all that matters.
Look, as long as there's awesome boss fights and a Ganon fight,
couple puzzles thrown in, you know.
Dude, whatever. Give me the item to beat the boss.
I guess. I don't know. I know a little about this. I was perusing IGN earlier, and I did see one of their articles was about a bundle pack of some sort. Like, you could buy this gold DS, 3DS XL thing with the game. And I guess they sold it in Europe for a while, and now they're selling it here. And it's like $230, $220, and you get the game and this fancy new DS if you didn't have a DS. Are you guys gonna buy that since you guys are fans of Zelda?
I own a 3DS right now, but it's just like the normal size one. When I play the game, it's like the screen is really tiny. Mm-hmm. I might just get a 3DS and might as well get it with Link Between Worlds.
Well, if you're playing the 3DS, you might as well play on the XL. And this is, if you've seen the pictures, the thing is beautiful. It's gold, has the Triforce symbol on the front, and if you don't have a XL by now, it's a good time to pick one up in gold.
See, in my brain, though, I still don't know what Zelda's about, or not even what it's about. More important, what does the game look like? Like, if it's on a 3DS, is it just like a Pokemon-sized character running around a little 2D map, or is it? I mean, what is Zelda? Is it hack and slash? Is it like Mario, where you kind of jump around?
It's not hack and slash like where it'd be crazy, like a bunch of enemies are surrounding you and you just gotta like go nuts with your sword, but it might feel like a Pokemon game because it's that top-down feel.
Okay.
But it's still a 3D environment.
I could just summarize it in a couple words. It's a Zelda game. And you can't really describe it until you play a Zelda game.
I see. Well,
Yeah.
Like, I think if
It's
you
like its
played
own theme.
if you played A Link to the Past, it's like the same thing because it's a 2D game and you're looking at the top down. But except this time, it's like the 3D graphics. I'm expecting a lot from this game, and I'm gonna definitely say you should play it.
If you want to get started into the whole Zelda franchise, A Link to the Past is probably the best start you're gonna get. It's one of the best in the Zelda series. So
you're
definitely.
saying don't buy A Link Between Worlds?
If you haven't played the first one, I would recommend you play the first one first and then play Link Between Worlds afterward.
Okay.
So the first one is just a classic. It's timeless.
And the Legend of Zelda timeline's atrocious. You don't want me to get into that. The Link to the Past is actually the finale of the timeline where Link loses, I think. That's another time.
So you don't win? I kind of like this story then.
There's 3 timelines where it splits in Ocarina of Time, where Link loses to Ganon, where Link kills Ganon, and he is older, and he progresses through that timeline, and when Link goes back to the past, and Ganon and Link are still alive, because he's young Link.
That's not confusing at all.
Wow, that is... you blew my mind, because now it all makes sense.
November 22nd also has a more meaningful date for those who love the Xbox One.
X-Bone!
That's not very nice.
Yeah, that's a derogatory term.
That's what people call it.
Microsoft is
Yeah,
going to sue you blind.
No, that's what they call it, X-Bone.
No, that is not what they call it. That is what people who make fun of Xbox call it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard it referred to that until you said it,
Really?
and it did not sound positive. You need to introduce more
No,
positivity.
Xbox,
into your...
and then the B, and then the 1 makes bone. X-Bone.
Yeah,
That's...
no, but yeah, that's the clever derogatory term people use
So
to
it's like...
describe that it's gonna bone you.
Now,
Okay,
I don't think we should get into what other derogatory terms those things are
So
okay.
is it like that one word? No, I'm just kidding.
No. But, Xbox isn't getting released by itself. It's, there's this other company that makes this other gaming product. They're called Sony, if you've ever heard of them. And they're making this console. I think it's the 4th one they've made, so obviously they don't make good consoles.
Yeah, man, I can get into that. Tell me about that.
The PS4 gets released on the 15th.
7 days, if I did my math right.
I'm pretty sure God created the universe in 7 days.
There you
Wow. Are you saying PS4 is God?
No, I'm saying it's being created by gods.
Well, obviously there's no bias on this program. Well, the PS4 is $400, and it comes with the new DualShock 4 controller and some fancy new specs. The Xbox One is $500, comes with the revamped Kinect. Well, the mentality of what Xbox is going for is a complete media station, and PS4 is going backwards and really focusing on its roots, which is making quality games.
I mean, that's good. I think Xbox One made the right choice in making it like a home console, like a family console.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of multiplayer Connect stuff, which is fun to play. I always felt the PlayStation line was always more single-player play or online stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, from the get-go, I believe Xbox had, like, the best online services.
Well, Sony has caught up in that regard. Now they have something called PlayStation Plus. Basically the best deal for console gaming right now. Sony gives you a couple free games every month. And starting out, if you just buy the subscription right out, they already have about 12 or so games that you can just play if you buy the subscription for the PS3
nice.
or the Vita.
Do you get to play the game first and then swap it with somebody else? Is that kind of how it works?
Well, I mean, you can download, like, free demos, if that's what you're talking about.
That's not like you're trading the game, you're just buying the digital copy. I guess you could give your friend your account info and they can download the game.
No, like, I think you can legitimately trade games.
Oh.
Like, completely trade a game. Like, you have, let's say, let me make up a game. We're gonna call it Blue Babies. And I have Blue Babies 1.
Sounds fun.
And you have Green Babies 1.
So
And
then
we're
we
like,
trade babies.
Mhm.
Is that what you're telling me?
I take your Green Baby and you take my Blue Baby.
No, I think I've heard of that news.
I don't think I like your
And-
subliminal message there.
I'm not too sure how it works, but that would be definitely cool to see.
I am not condoning people swapping babies in real life. Just a disclaimer there. No baby swapping. But
You got like a prime baby here, 1 month willing to trade for 2 months. plus.
keep the Craigslist ads on
Just,
Craigslist.
just please keep going. You're on a roll.
No, but
Just keep with the baby
let's
trading.
getting back to the consoles though. Xbox
Prime
is-
baby.
No, no biggie.
Okay.
Xbox One is exploring a different avenue though. Instead of just going for games, which obviously they're gonna have their Halos and their I don't know what the hell else Xbox makes, but they have some Gears of War.
Robot game.
Gears of War, I know that. I'm not a big, as you can tell, I'm not a really big Xbox player, but I do enjoy playing some Halo once in a while with my friends or whatnot. And I kind of like playing Madden more on it too. But what they're going for is a one-stop media station, which is what they keep plugging. And that's where you can plug your cable boxes, your Blu-ray player, your DVD player, all your media, social media, you just integrate it into the Xbox and you use the Kinect voice activate system to navigate through these systems. So instead of having to hold on to a remote control, you're just like, hey, switch to TV. I don't know what the command words are, but that's the general theme, which is kind of nice for people who aren't hardcore gamers or just are very lazy and they want one central voice command to change things.
Or completely attention deficit, and they're like, Xbox TV, Xbox game, Xbox music, Xbox,
Yeah.
Xbox!
There are people like that. And, you know, the...
Xbox blowjob! Okay, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I might have been too far.
Sexbox!
Xbox!
Again,
That is the future.
Microsoft
That is
is not creating a sex box.
Unfortunately.
I would buy that instead of the PS4.
But the Xbox One is something different. It's another turn in the console systems that will either pay off really big for Xbox or it's gonna come crashing down. They'll have to make another quick Xbox 2 to make up the losses.
Xbox One, 2? Is that you're telling me they're gonna make?
No, Xbox 362.
3? No. Xbox One, 2.
1.5 Xbox 1.5. You get the patch.
1.5 remake final mix.
How dare you make fun of my franchise?
The majority of gamers out there, whether you know this or not, are between ages 35 to 40. People in that range, I find, would probably like the Xbox more, just because it's easier to navigate, it's easier to centralize all your different gadgets and gizmos, and you won't really care too much about the difference in processing power between the specs, which I don't think is noticeable, but other people would disagree with that.
I would disagree with that. I will not argue it.
Yeah.
I will just disagree.
My opinion is that you would only notice on a really gigantic screen or on a projector. But other people who are really into the definitions and the pixels will notice a small difference.
Big difference.
I stick a gun to your head, John. Which do you take? You have to buy PS4, you have to buy Xbox, pick one.
Will they
Do I
give
have
you
to-
it, or
do I
like...
have to buy it right now?
Yes, you have to buy it
I
now
can't
or
buy
I
it
shoot
later?
you in the face.
PS4.
Okay. And so,
Wow, what a fanboy.
So-
What a Sony fan.
what are you
Go
buying?
ahead, get the Xbox One. Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, an Xbox fanboy... No, it's
Go ahead.
more for me.
And even though I think Xbox is going to win out in the end, I think this is going to be a winning strategy, I would buy a PS4 still too. But I'm not going to buy a PS4 because I have a computer. Why would I need a PS4?
First impressions are everything, and Xbox One did not bring the first impression.
They didn't bring the thunder.
They
They
did
also
not.
didn't bring the second.
They didn't bring the heat. They didn't bring the
No, what they-
Timberwolves. The TSK Podcast brings you two people that have come to light, whether or not they are real, fictional, or long dead. Now, today's matchup features Alfred Hitchcock versus Leland Che. So guys, Alfred Hitchcock is our first hardcore person of the week. He had one of the first words recorded onto film, and he chose to use a "that's what she said" joke to
Oh my god.
cement his place in history.
That's awesome.
Yes. But is he the hardcorest person of the week?
He started a wave.
Leland Che is our contestant number 2. Have either of you heard of Leland Che?
No.
Unfortunately, I haven't.
He is number 2 in the Star Wars universe of canon.
What?
Right under George Lucas. This is the guy that goes through everything and says, "You're wrong," or "You cannot write this," or "You're
Oh,
fired."
Was he there? Okay, question. Was he there for the episode 1 to 3?
He was.
Okay, he did a bad job, and we're done.
No.
Alfred Hitchcock wins.
No. I'm gonna tell you why he's hardcore. But
You
Leland,
definitely not say no any time between episode 1 and
it
3.
didn't break canon. His job isn't to approve the scripts. His job is to say, does this fit into the Star Wars universe?
Oh, okay.
So it's not about, don't blame him for any storyline and things
Don't
like
blame
that.
him for Jar Jar.
He tells people what's up. He figured out how powerful the Death Star's laser was. And he says it's 2.4 times 10 to the 32nd joules. But this guy lays down the hammer. People ask questions, and he says this is right, that's wrong. Almost every line of every part of the game, Star Wars The Old Republic, or all the Knights of the Old Republic games, all have to go through him. They have to get checked. So, between these two, let us vote on who the hardcore person of the week is. Is it Alfred Hitchcock, and is That's What She Said joke, or is it Leland Che, and his ability to guide the canon of Star Wars?
Although I am impressed of the Star Wars lore, I'm going to have to give it to Alfred Hitchcock.
We have one vote for Alfred, a.k.a. Hitchcock.
If I was more of a Star Wars fanboy, I would probably pick this Chang guy. However, it's hard to beat the Hitchcock.
Oh.
But it is harder to beat the Hemsworth, so our badass of the week is Chris Hemsworth. Woo!
You're fired. Write us, email us, tell us what you think. If you think we're stupid faces, let us know. If you think that...
Bigoted, sexist assholes.
Yes, if we're speaking to your soul, let us know. I mean, this isn't something that we're set in stone about. It's just something we're thinking about. So we're at tskpodcast@gmail.com. Write us, comment below.
Website, tskcast.wordpress.com.
Yeah, check us out on iTunes. We're on iTunes. Subscribe, like us. When we get up to
Comment.
100 subscribers, we're giving away swag of some sort.
We also have a YouTube channel now, so that's a thing.
For sure. And any comments, suggestions, or topics you would like us to explore or to stay the hell away from, let us know.
We'll literally just use your topic because there's no one emailing us right now.
That's not true. That's
The
not
show
true.
is for you. We have like 50 people writing us right now, so it's 50.
But check our email.
Ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
We actually can do it anywhere. Goodbye.
I was hoping we would keep talking.
What is
No, you fucking interrupted us with the
We should all be making noises so that it goes out.
No.
Where's our girl podcaster, Kat?